battle uniform is similar to the US Woodland with a maroon beret with a silver metal tab on a light blue felt square with a dagger and lightning bolts and a wing on the right side of the chest. The main SSG insignia has the dagger with 2 lightning bolts with a star near the tip.
Boy Ahmad, welcome to another reaction video. Assalamualaikum, kaise ho आप लोग दोस्तों, kamusta kayo? I hope all of you are having an amazing day. Because I'm having an amazing day, if I'm having an amazing day, you guys all should be having an amazing day. Today guys, I'll be reacting on a video recommended by one of our subscribers. Yeah, the title of the video is called The Differences Between SSG and Para SF. Yeah, let's check the video out. This video is by FTD Fats. Okay, let's check it out.
The countries of India and Pakistan have both built strong armed forces, but sometimes it takes a little more strength, intelligence, and focus to get the job done. Introducing the Special Forces. And in this episode of FTD Facts, we're exploring the differences between the Army Special Forces of India and Pakistan, the Para SF and the SSG. What's happening, everybody? My name is Leroy Kenton, and thank you for joining me here on another Differences episode. But before I jump into everything, if you're a Spanish viewer, we do have an FTD Facts Espanol channel where our videos are translated in Spanish. So I'll have the link below where you can subscribe to that channel. And also, I'm launching my new personal channel. It's called FTD Speaks. Now, over there, I'm going to be exploring different topics, topics ranging from spirituality, relationships, mindset, religion, and just really sharing my experiences, my points of view, hearing from you as well. It's going to be just like a huge open dialogue where we could talk about everything. I'll put the link to that also below in this video description, and I'll be posting videos real soon over there. First up, I want to start off with the SSG. The Pakistan SSG stands for the Special Service Group. The Special Forces fall in the domain of the Pakistan Army Strategic Forces Command, or the ASFC. The SSG is also popularly known as the Black Storks, as well as the Maroon Berets. That name, as you probably guess, is derived from their headgear. These guys are trained for hostage rescue, direct action, asymmetric warfare, personal recovery, foreign internal defense, unconventional warfare, as well as many other things. And their motto is Man Jambazan, meaning I am valiant. Now let's take a brief overview look at the Para SF. So the Para Special Forces, commonly just known as the Para SF, is a special operations unit of the Indian Army. The Para SF in long form is Parachute Regiment and Special Forces, and it's a part of the Parachute Regiment. The unit is responsible for missions such as special operations, direct action, hostage rescue, violence against civilians, unconventional warfare, special reconnaissance, foreign internal defense, counter-proliferation, counter-insurgency, seek and destroy, and personal recovery. The motto of the Para SF is man apart, every man an emperor. When it comes to the organizational structure of these forces, for the SSG, its headquarters is in Cherat, Pakistan. The Special Service Group is organized in 8 battalions and 3 companies. Now, the battalions typically consist of between 300 to 800 personnel, and the Special Service battalions are under the lieutenant colonels, and the battalions are organized into the groups under the service colonels. The SSG is under the command of the Major General, whose identity remains a secret. So nobody knows who this guy is, or this girl, woman, man, whatever. It's a secret. For the Para SF, now the Parachute Regiment presently has 9 special forces. There's 5 airborne forces and 2 territorial army and 1 counterinsurgency battalions. The Para SF operates in assault teams, which works individually behind enemy lines. The Para SF has about 1,200 personnel who cannot reveal their identity to the public for obvious reasons, of course. Now I want to get into like the real stuff. Let's talk about their appearance, their uniforms, their equipment, and dive into the training. For the SSG, the battle uniform is similar to the US Woodland with a maroon beret with a silver metal tab on a light blue felt square with a dagger and lightning bolts and a wing on the right side of the chest. The main SSG insignia has the dagger with 2 lightning bolts with a star near the tip of the dagger. SSG officers must have at least 2 years of prior military experience. They volunteer from other parts of the military to serve permanently in the SSG. Training includes a mandatory 9-month SSG course at Chirat headquarters, and one of the tasks that they have to do is to complete a 36-mile march within 24 hours. After the SSG course, there is the airborne training at the SSG Airborne School that lasts 4 weeks. This is just the basics. Now, we haven't even gotten started into the real training yet. There's an advanced commando course, which is another 25 weeks, and the SSG recruits get trained in hand-to-hand combat and very hard physical training. Only about 5% of the recruits make it through to the Pakistan SSG. There's other special training for a trainee, and they can be trained into things like mountain warfare, advanced air jumping, and more. And some of the other training that they can receive are sniping, demolition, survival, languages, martial arts, espionage, psychoanalytical training, and there's some really intense criminal psychology training that they can get. The Para-SF personnel, like other parachute troops in the Indian military, wear a maroon beret, and in addition to that, they wear a Special Forces tab on each shoulder. Those who serve in the Para-SF are allowed to wear the Balidan, or the sacrifice patch, on their right pocket below the nameplate. And yeah, only para-commandos can wear this patch. Para-SF personnel may grow their beards, as this allows them to blend in with civilians. Now, their insignia, the dagger with the wings, looks like the British Special Forces insignia. Like, it's almost exactly the same. All Indian paratroopers are volunteers, and now they're put through a probationary period of 6 months for Para Special Forces battalions. It's one of the longest and toughest trainings in the entire world. Trainees face sleep deprivation, humiliation, exhaustion, and mental and physical torture. Yeah, they gotta go through that because you never know what's gonna happen in the real world. Because of this, the selection rate is less than 10%. A candidate is not formally inducted into the regiment until they complete the Baladan Pad, where after training, a candidate is involved in active operations in a hostile zone for a year. The initial training to become a Special Forces operator is 3.5 years, and they're taught specialized modes of infiltration and exfiltration, either by air or sea. Now, the daily routine begins with a 20-kilometer or about a 12-mile run in the morning. They get training on assault, intelligence gathering, patrolling, ambush tactics, counter-ambush tactics, raids and sabotage, martial arts training, there's tactical driving, of course, linguistic training, just to name a few. And the craziest thing is that training involves real ammunition all the time, which of course leads to accident and loss of life during training. Now, in looking at the early history of these forces, in 1953 to 1954, the United States Army raised a Special Forces unit within Pakistan's army to provide intelligence and combat defense against Soviet Union's expanding sphere of influence in Central Asia. With the assistance of the United States, this helped to raise the Special Forces unit from simply an infantry regiment, the 19th Baloch, that provided an ideal cover for its covert nature of works. In 1955, the 17th Baloch Infantry was incorporated with the 19th Baloch, followed by the Special Forces. Training began under Lieutenant Colonel Dean F. Bundy from the Special Forces of the United States Army. On March 23, 1956, the Special Services Group, the SSG, was established as a battalion under the command of the first commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel A.O. Mitha, after founding the School of Special Operations, or the SSO, under the advisement of the Army officers from the U.S. Army's Special Force. Now, for the Para-SF, so the parachute units of the Indian Army are among the oldest airborne units in the world. The 50th Indian Parachute Brigade was formed on October 27, 1941, and this comprised of the British 151st Parachute Battalion and the British Indian Army, the 152nd Indian Parachute Battalion, as well as the 153rd Gurkha Parachute Battalion. The Parachute Regiment was formed from these and several other units in the year 1952. And after India's independence and their whole reconstruction and everything, India retained only one parachute brigade, which was the 50th Brigade. This brigade consisted of 3 distinguished battalions. There was the 1st Para, the 2nd Para, and the 3rd Para. Now, since then, the Parachute Regiment has grown to comprise of 10 battalions, including the Parachute Special Forces battalions. In the year 1986, the 8th Para became the 12th Battalion Mechanized Infantry Regiment, while 21 Maratha LI converted to the Para Special Forces. And in the year 1995, we saw the formation of the 4th Commando Battalion when the 21st Maratha LI Infantry was selected to convert to the Special Forces slated for the Eastern Command. After a very rigorous selection and training process that spanned more than a year, on February 1st, 1996, the unit under Colonel V.B. Shind was formally inducted as the 21st Battalion, the Special Forces, the Parachute Regiment. So, if you're in danger, you definitely will be happy to see any operative from any of these forces come to help and assist you. Leave your thoughts and comments about anything I shared down below, as well as leave your suggestions for any future videos that you want to see here on FTD Facts. Don't forget to subscribe to FTD Facts Espanol if you're a Spanish speaker, and subscribe to my personal channel, FTD Speaks, for videos on religion, spirituality, entrepreneurship, mindset, relationship, you name it. Link to that is down below. Stay awesome, stay educated, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Wow, that's the end.
If you like this episode, here's a playlist with more of our differences videos. We also have videos about the military and special forces from around the world, so we got options for you. And come back daily here to FTD Facts for even more educational episodes.
Between SSG and Para SF. SSG is Pakistani intelligence agency and Para SF is Indian. So they make differences between, you know, thanks to FTD Fact for this video. Please, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be well notified anytime we have new upload. Pakistan Zindabad. Love you.